Hey, brothers and sisters. So, I got another message from God, I believe, that I wanted to share with everyone. This is something that I wrote uh, at the onset of the corona pandemic, and I was praying, and I just wrote everything that you know what, let me go ahead and read. Corona, conundrum or conspiracy? All right, first things first, I want to say that I think this is a prophetic style warning from God to his people here in America and abroad. And that being said, let me just jump right into this. A couple of months ago, I was researching and analyzing this whole corona dilemma. And after sifting through endless mountains of data, it didn't take long before I realized that there was so much speculation and so little facts to be found on the web that I had no choice but to take this problem to the big man upstairs. So I did. I prayed, and I had a lot of questions for him. I prayed about everything from the corona to the fate of the nations, of the world, the American people, our society as a whole in the midst of this new normal. Everything, all the way to even the origin and the definition of the word corona. Etymology is my friend, and God knows this, by the way. Hashtag Jesus, praise God. Anyway, I pray, right? And I write down what I receive, and this is what I get. Check it out. I want you guys to listen. Them with ears to hear will hear, and them with eyes to see will see. This message is called The Pied Piper is Piping. The Pied Piper is piping. In that day were many pastures empty, and across the land many shepherds smitten. And their hearts failing them for fear, the flocks were scattered. And being without rod or staff, they were found lost and alone, and thus they were devoured. And so the bellies of wolves were made full with the flesh of lambs. And the land was made desolate of goodly and dainty things. And there was a famine in the land, for scarce was the bread of life. And the grasses withered and died, and flowers bloomed not, for the springs of living waters had all but dried up. And so the earth dried and cracked, and good soil became as sand, that it yielded not good fruit. For faith was slain, and hope became a ghost. And the host of heaven mourned, and the master of the house was wroth, for his subjects worketh not, and his children too even went their own ways, as to make a kingdom for themselves. And they crowned their own heads, and round about was darkness. For a wind was sent by the prince of the air, and it blew out the flames of the candles. And with no light to see, the men were blind, and they comprehended not any of these things. And so their women raged against them, and their houses cut asunder. And so their women ruled against them, and their children raged against them, and their houses cut asunder fell, and all was lost and nothing gained. And fear struck the land, and so many horns blew for many things, so that when the spoiler did come, and the horns again were blown, no man paid them mind. And they were caught unawares. And so their houses were broken up, and their treasures carried off, and their women taken captive, and their children made as slaves. And the men therein were slain, and upon the dead were many dead, and atop them all their enemy. And no man came to bury them, for in life they had no honor, so in death they had no grave. Like I said, I think this is a prophetic warning. All of Christendom should be watching and seeing what's going on in the world. And I hope that this warning is heeded. I love you guys. Stay in prayer. Stay strong. And I'll get with you next time with another video as soon as possible. Peace.